Hello, everyone. Welcome to Backyard Musings, broadcasting live from Apple Valley. I'm Steve.
I'm Scott.
Thank you for joining us today. Another space segment. We find it fascinating talking about space. Again, Jupiter, one of its moons, Io. Due to precise gravity measurements during Juno's close flybys, scientists resolved a long standing mystery about Io's volcanic activity. As you recall, Io is one of the 10 billion moons that are orbiting around Jupiter.
So
Now,
I'm glad you said Io because I was going to say low, but Io sounds better.
yeah,
So
so I was being facetious. 10 billion. I don't know. There's a whole bunch that it's a huge planet. We were just talking
it
about
is.
that.
Yep.
It's huge. And it's got a big gravity well, that captures, if an asteroid gets too close, it's going to capture it and change it into a moon.
Locks it in.
Yeah. NASA's Juno mission has revealed that each of Io's volcanoes is likely fueled by its own magma chamber. Duh. Not a global magma ocean? Come on, man. Who thought of the global magma ocean? I mean, just think about it. It sounds silly. Magma hot enough all under the crust to be an ocean of magma?
I don't know.
Come on, man.
That would be pretty interesting, right? That would be like a whole planet of Yellowstone National Park.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, maybe this planet was like that at one time, but we don't. Yeah, we're not going to speculate. No speculation here.
Scientists from NASA's Juno mission to Jupiter have discovered that the volcanoes on the planet's moon Io are likely fueled by individual magma chambers rather than a single ocean. This breakthrough resolves a 44-year-old mystery about the source of Io's dramatic volcanic activity. Would you like to know more?
About the size of Earth's moon, Io is known as the most volcanically active body in our solar system. The moon is home to an estimated 400 volcanoes, which blast lava and plumes in seemingly continuous eruptions that contribute to the coating on its surface. Although the moon was discovered by Galilei on January 8th, 1610. I pronounced that right?
Yeah, he was put to death for it. I think.
Was he really?
It's like saying that the Earth was not the center of but that the sun
solar
was.
system.
Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
Volcanic activity wasn't discovered until 1979, when imaging scientists Linda Morabito of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California,
Yep.
First identified a volcanic plume in an image from the agency's Voyager 1 spacecraft, and that's an old mission.
Yeah, it is.
It's been up there a long time.
Yeah, but this is fascinating that they're checking out these plumes. Now they said every volcano. I don't know. Can they count every volcano on the moon of Io? And it's the size of our moon.
That would be a pretty powerful camera, right?
So I wonder if the Sith have made, like, Darth Vader made Mustafar his home, right? He not his home. Sorry, he put a little Sith temple there, right? He created one. It's kind of weird, psychotic.
What episode was that in?
What?
I must have missed that episode.
Well, it's the new ones. It's not the.
Oh yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, it's the new anthologies that they're making.
Yeah, I'm not into all that stuff.
What?
Yeah, no.
I thought you were a Star Wars guy.
I like Star Wars. I like the first, second, and third releases.
Movies.
Yeah. After that, they're kind of out there.
The Sith. Yeah. Okay. Since Morabito's discovery, planetary scientists have wondered how the volcanoes were fed from the lava underneath the surface. Well, probably like they're fed from here. You think it might be the same?
Could be.
Said Scott Bolton, Juno principal investigator from the Southwest Research Institute in San Antonio. Quote, was there a shallow ocean of white, hot magma fueling the volcanoes? Or was their source more localized? We knew data from Juno's two very close flybys could give us some insights on how this tortured moon actually worked. There's got to be minerals on there. If it's coming, the volcanoes are spewing it.
Sulfur, you think maybe? I mean, I don't know.
Anything.
If you go
diamonds.
If you go to the mud pits and stuff up in Yellowstone, it just smells of. I'm pretty sure it's sulfur.
Primordial.
Yeah.
The bison and the wolves tolerate it.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, they hang out there in the wintertime.
Yeah,
Stay
get
warm.
warm. Yeah.
The Juno spacecraft made extremely close flybys of Io in December 2023 and February of this year, getting within about 930 miles, which that's pretty close, 1,500 kilometers of its piece-of-faced surface. During the close approaches, Juno communicated with NASA's Deep Space Network, acquiring high-precision, dual-frequency Doppler data.
Cool.
Yeah, which was used to measure Io's gravity by tracking how it affected the spacecraft's acceleration.
Huh.
What the mission learned about the moon's gravity from those flybys led to the new paper by revealing more details about the effects of a phenomenon called tidal flexing.
I mean, we have that here with the oceans, right? The tidal flexing. The moon.
Yep.
Kind of grabs.
Yeah. High tide, low tide.
High tide, low tide. Yeah.
Yeah.
And high tide raises all boats, right? We know that as a fact.
We do know that as a fact.
I'm being silly today. Io is extremely close to mammoth Jupiter, and its elliptical orbit whips it around the gas giant once every 42 and a half hours. So ours goes every 24 hours.
Right.
So our moon must be closer to us than Io is to Jupiter, given Jupiter's size too.
Or it's rotating at a slower pace, right? Could be rotating at a slower pace.
Yeah, but that has to do with the gravity, doesn't it? I mean, it doesn't have engines.
Yeah, but I mean, gravity's different there.
Oh, it is. It's a bigger planet.
Yeah.
So that means if it's closer, it's going to go faster. If it's farther away, it's going to go slower. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just opining here.
I get you.
As the distance varies, so does Jupiter's gravitational pull. There it is, which leads to the moon being relentlessly squeezed. There is like a pimple, man. That just came to my mind. Wow. TMI. The result, an extreme case of tidal flexing, friction from tidal forces that generates internal heat. Quote, this constant flexing creates immense energy, which literally melts portions of Io's interior, said Bolton. If Io has a global magma ocean, we knew the signature of its tidal deformation will be much larger than a more rigid, mostly solid interior. Thus, depending on the results from Juno's probing of Io's gravity field, we would be able to tell if a global magma ocean was hiding beneath its surface. I guess there's a little bit of science in that, but it's like making an opinion based on limited data that you see. Yeah, just sight, not touch.
Sight from afar.
Yeah, yeah.
The Juno team compared Doppler data from their 2 flybys with observations from the agency's previous missions to the Jovian system and from ground telescopes. They found tidal deformation consistent with Io not having a shallow global magma ocean. Juno's discovery that tidal forces do not always create global magma oceans does more than prompt us to rethink what we know about Io's interior, said lead author Ryan Park, a Juno co-investigator and supervisor of the Solar System Dynamics Group at JPL. Again, a quote, it has implications for our understanding of other moons such as Enceladus. Oh, okay, I get that. And Europa, and even exoplanets and super-Earths. Our new findings provide an opportunity to rethink what we know about planetary formation and evolution.
There's more science on the horizon. The spacecraft made its 66th science flyby over Jupiter's mysterious cloud tops on November 24th. Its next close approach to the gas giant will occur at around midnight 30 on December 27th Eastern time. So that's like 9:30 our time. At the time of perijove, I thought that was interesting. When Juno's orbit is closest to the planet's center, so we have a para-Earth too, I guess, closest to our center. The spacecraft will be about 2,175 miles above Jupiter's cloud tops. We'll have logged 645.7 million miles since entering the gas giant's orbit in 2016. It's just
that's a lot.
Trekking along.
It's amazing that it's just just
hanging out
data. Up there,
shooting data.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if it was a Viking or if it was a Voyager that flaked out for a while. They lost it for a while, and anybody out there that knows that, maybe you can correct me. But one of them lost communication with this thing, and then all of a sudden
Beep, 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 beep,
it
beep.
started communicating again. So
Some aliens probably fixed it for us.
yeah, and I mean these things are so far out that you can't just send a repair ship up there to have guys go out and do.
No, Starfleet can't do
Yeah,
that.
that's
The resources are allocated for something else.
Yeah, illegal aliens. The Juno mission, managed by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, is dedicated to exploring Jupiter's atmosphere, magnetic field, and moons. Led by principal investigator Scott Bolton, who we've mentioned, of the Southwest Research Institute, Juno is part of NASA's New Frontiers program, overseen by NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center for the Science Mission.
There's a lot of
directorate.
Yeah, it's got a lot. NASA's got a lot of tentacles and departments and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Built and operated by Lockheed Martin Space in Denver, the spacecraft carries advanced instruments from various U.S. research institutions. The Italian Space Agency contributed the Jovian infrared auroral mapper, enhancing Juno's ability to study Jupiter's powerful auroras and deep atmospheric processes. So
cool.
Yeah, this is cool stuff. So again, I wish we heard more. I don't know where you found this stuff.
Hey, I've got my the producers have their sources.
Yeah, but I mean, why are we not hearing this? I mean, again, bring me back Walter Cronkite. He was fascinated about the space program. So
well, we're the new Walter Cronkites.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the way it was.
We're filling shoes. We're filling big shoes, man.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you on another segment of Backyard Musings.
Take care.